Welcome back to Weekend Sunrise. Now, when Mathew Shurka was 16 years old, he told his father he had a crush on a boy and was feeling confused. His father took him to a licensed therapist who claimed that he could make gay people straight using sexual conversion therapy. Mathew spent the next 3 years being taught how to live like a straight man, however that works.
The therapy did not work, surprisingly, and there are now calls to ban such practices. Mathew Shurka joins us now from New York. Mathew, good morning to you. Thanks for your time.
Good morning.
Now, when you told your dad you had a crush on a boy, he said, let's get that fixed. Why do you think he reacted like that?
Well, at the time, my father is probably his biggest fear and his biggest concern as, you know, what to do. And now today, looking back, I understood it was my father's way of really loving me and protecting me from what he thought could be a really big harm in my life coming out as a gay man in the society we live in. And I get that, I see that today. The experience of it as it was happening wasn't so. I had a lot of anger and resentment towards him over the years, and really got where he was coming from was as a place as a father.
Mathew, I mean, sexual conversion therapy as a notion sounds absurd for several reasons. Number one, why would you want to convert or need to convert? Number two, you know, there's no model of what it means to be a heterosexual man, so what are you converting to? But number three, the conversion itself, I mean, making a left-handed person a right-handed person, a gay person a straight person. What did that therapy actually involve?
So if I may define it's conversion therapy as a gay man or a gay boy is they are basically missing a void that they have as a man in their masculinity. So in the therapy, you fill this void of replenishing your masculinity by having healthy, non-sexual male relationships. And you spend a lot of time with men, you avoid women, and as you spend time with men, you will naturally, which is all based on stereotypes, you know, playing sports, doing things that men are supposed to do in society, and you will naturally start to have an attraction for women.
So
some of the things that I went through.
Okay, sorry, you go first, yeah. What did you go through?
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I had to avoid women, and avoiding women included my mother and my sisters. You know, I don't come from a broken home, but in order to really make sure that I was having the correct male bonding, so-called, I had to eliminate women from my life completely, whether it was the girls at school or within my own family.
On paper, that sounds a bit weird. Become straight by eliminating women from your life.
Yes, it's very odd. At the time, you were 16 at the time, though. Where were you mentally? Did you want to believe that the therapy would work? Did you not want to be gay?
I mean, I came out at 16 telling my father this truth about myself, and yes, if my father accepted it fully and embraced it, I may have not had the fear, but having his reaction and then growing up in a place in the town I come from didn't have any, I had no one to look up to who's gay or homosexual or lived a life that way. It was based out of fear, and when I was into therapy, I gave it my best shot and did everything I could to change.
Just quickly before we go, Mathew, so the therapy, surprise, surprise, did not work. Were there any harmful corollaries or consequences of going through therapy for you?
Yes. I mean, it affected my entire family and all my friends. I resigned from my life. I dropped out of 2 colleges. I was estranged from my family for about 5 years, and it took me a few years just getting back on my 2 feet on, you know, how do I want to live my life, and coming out of the closet, you know, fully accepting myself. Yeah, it took, I'm 25 today, it's 9 years ago, and it feels like only today am I getting to be the person who I always have been.
Good on you, Mathew. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And it sounds like you are a very amazingly strong man. So good on you for finding your way out of that situation.
Yeah, indeed.
My God.
And there are conversion therapy units running here in Australia, of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah, indeed. They're so often they're kind of suggested or almost mandated by people's churches, particularly some of the Pentecostal churches and things. So you can imagine how many people are getting messed up by that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that whole stereotype of what it means to be male, that hyper macho masculinity in itself is absurd. If I was running the group, I'd say, look, here are some heterosexual role models for you. This is Alex Perry. This is Napoleon Purchase. These are all straight men that you should aspire to be more like, don't you reckon?
I don't even hear you.
You don't want to hear the message.
I am not on this couch right now.
You don't want to hear my message, Sam.
We are going to be
I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
Okay.